Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Joe, I love that you got the hat on again, man. I'll tell you what, you're better than me. You're wearing my stuff more than I am there, bud.
I actually have the coffee mug, but since I
Oh,
packed up my coffee stuff yesterday, I packed that up too, so I don't have it to show. But yes, I got this. And for those of you who are wondering, I did not shrink as much as I would have liked, but my camera is over here, and it's just a whole big old thing. But hopefully, in about a week, everything should be back to normal. So
that's awesome. And,
right,
and
right now,
welcome
the
to
camera
everybody
it'll
coming in.
fall from time to time. Yeah, the camera will fall from time. I'm literally balancing it on the monitor, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh man, yeah. He's in that transition period. I can't wait to see once he's got his whole new setup going. What do you think? That you said a week, Joe? You might have that set up.
Yeah, so I should be out of here in about 4 days, and then about taking another 2 days to set up the office,
Sure.
if that long. But so yeah, I just say about a week.
Nice. Well, we're looking forward to that. So, listen, I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you to everybody coming over from Piper Academy. Appreciate you very much. We already got a bunch of people jumping in on X. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Don't forget to say hey in the chat. We'll give you a quick shout out. And you know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe, share. You know, we're here every Wednesday, 11 a.m., me and Joe. And we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin, or he's going to take a look at the Bitcoin chart pretty soon. But we've got a lot of Bitcoin stuff I want to go over today, more than kind of normal, actually. We're going to look at all that Bitcoin news. Going to take a look at how France is basically being, bipolar, but we'll get into that in a minute. We're going to look at India. We're going to look at banks coming against Ripple to try and stop them from becoming a bank. And we're going to take a look at the latest Coinbase ad, which I thought was hilarious, to be completely honest. But let's give this chat a quick shout out. And that way, I should probably put this up on the screen too. There we go. That way you guys can see the stream as it's going here. So Mike was here early, as was Luigi. Appreciate both of you guys being here. When we start the stream, for some reason, sometimes it takes their comments out, so I can't bring them up to give them that shout out. But Dylan is in the house over from Piper Academy. Speaking of Piper, there he is right there. If you're not following Piper and Piper Academy already, the link is in the description. You should be, because you are missing out on so much. And for that matter, the channel membership, $5 a month, man. And you can have all the information they put out about DCAing. You're losing out if you're not doing it. That's the bottom line. Yes, K Diggity is in the house. Appreciate you being here, sir. And yeah, dropping those graduation caps. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Let's see. I'm just zipping real quick to make sure we're not missing anybody else. And I don't see anybody else that's deciding to chime in there. So that's all right. We're gonna get it started. We're gonna start out with France. Now, this is Bitcoin related, and we always take a look at the Bitcoin stuff before Joe goes into the Bitcoin chart. But the reason I got this one up first, Joe, I don't know if you remember, about 3-4 weeks ago on one of our live streams, we talked about how the French government basically came out and said, we ain't mining us no Bitcoin. That's stupid. We're not wasting that energy on mining some Bitcoin. Well, here you go. Now they're going to consider mining them some Bitcoin using nuclear energy. It's like, hello, guy. Hello. What is wrong with you? Pick a side.
The rest of the world, or for the majority, is doing this. Like, no, we're going against the grain. It's like, oh, wait a minute. So everybody's right. Never mind.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly. And that's why I was just like, yeah, we'll highlight their bipolar disorder in the government there today, because what the hell? Why not? Why not? I'm sorry. Governments, banks, etc., they're gonna come around no matter what, right? They're gonna come around no matter what. We talk about it all the time, and we're gonna highlight a couple more of those right now. So here we go. Dubai. Now, Dubai has become, I'll tell you what, if this whole world order for lack of a better word, it's changing around. And Dubai is becoming like the crypto capital of the world. And they're just making all the right moves. People are going there who want that kind of freedom, be able to go ahead and build and that kind of thing. And Dubai is giving it to them, man. They're giving them the options to do it. And right here, the government officially approves Bitcoin option buying for retail clients. That's the key right there. I mean, because how often do you see retail basically getting squashed when it comes to stuff like, you're trying to trade options, you're trying to trade, get in on an ICO, whatever it is. You got to be a accredited investor in order to be able to do this kind of thing. Well, Dubai is saying, you know what, scrap that. And there you go. I think the right move on their part, and I think that's going to help grow their economy even more. Anything you want to add to this, Joe, as I'm just kind of rambling along here?
In my opinion, of course, nobody likes taxes.
Yeah.
And, as far as how they operate, as far as the taxes go, that's why a lot of the influencers that make it go to Dubai. That's just one of the places, but they'll go over there due to all the tax freedoms, I guess.
Yep. No, fair enough. I agree. Yeah. Taxes, huge. And it's something we highlighted it on Monday, how the Satoshi Action Fund has sent the letter to the House or the Senate Ways and Means Committee to be like, yo, we need some breaks with regard to taxes. And one of these was that de minimis exemption. And we definitely need that here in the U.S. because that is something holding things back. So, Joe, yeah, smart on with bringing that up, man. Smart on. And, Joe, let me just tell you, I don't know if you saw all of the companies that are now being like coming out and saying, hey, we're going to put Bitcoin in the treasury. We've literally talked about it in every stream. And to be honest with you, if I had put everyone I found in this stream, that's all we'd be talking about in this stream. Right. So I did bring one up, and I'm okay with just one. But if you really want to see all of them, head over to my X, and I have shared them because I think it's important to share. But like these companies are being fast and furious with regard to Bitcoin treasuries. And we're actually going to talk some with altcoin treasuries a little later. But right now, here you go. Public company Robin Energy. So on the NASDAQ, okay, buys their first $3 million worth of Bitcoin. There it is. And again, I put the entire list of them on my X. So go ahead and check those out. But here's just an example of that. And I don't know, Joe, this is like the new ICO thing. If you ask me, man, it just is. But all right, let's keep going from there. Now, here you go. Here's another one. Now, I highlighted this one separately because, again, this is a state pension fund that has decided, you know what? Time to throw in on this. And the Michigan State Pension Fund just announced they bought $10.7 million worth of Bitcoin. Now, I can understand because Michigan, sorry, love you people that are out there, but your governor's off the rails. Just saying. But here you go. Because the governor's off the rails, you got literally the state's pension fund sitting here putting money into Bitcoin because you know what? They realize where things are going. So I love to see this whole pension fund thing. And Joe, do you remember maybe like, I don't know, even like a couple of years ago where people were talking about potentially, wait until all these like pension funds and retirement accounts and all that get into Bitcoin, what it was going to do to the price. And now I think we're really starting to see it. What do you think about that? I mean,
yeah, once the ball starts rolling, and it's been rolling, but once the ball starts rolling, it just picks up more and more momentum because, and this goes to with the countries as well. Like nobody wanted to touch it, and then one of them starts doing it, and so that's a huge thing. And then another country, and then now banks are looking into it, the government. So the ball is just gaining more and more momentum, and you're going to see more miners, more reserves, more just everything, because what we have is clearly not working.
Right. Facts.
And it was designed that way. So,
even that's exactly that just like lights the fire under you. Hey, All Set in the house. Appreciate All Set being here. Thank you, sir. And to Joe's point, now he mentioned countries, he's mentioned companies, and here's just another one, but I thought this was huge. Rumble is now, they're not putting it in the treasury, but what they're doing right here is going to connect the Lightning Network to be able to allow influencers on Rumble to be able to be tipped in Bitcoin via the Lightning Network.
That's awesome.
That is great. That is great. Now, again, I have a love-hate relationship with Lightning, but the fact that they are taking it to this use case here on Rumble, competitor to where we are right now on YouTube, though we're also on Patreon and will be delayed upload on Odyssey, which love both of those places, by the way. Go ahead and check that out in the description. Links are there. But right here, Rumble is growing by leaps and bounds. Do you like follow people on Rumble, Joe? I do. Some of the best information you can get from Rumble, quite frankly.
No, I don't. I actually started doing Rumble live streams on there a few years ago. Man, I'd have one viewer, if that many. So I was like, nah, I'm wasting my time. But a lot of people do go there for the freedom of speech. Yep. And I really want to go there. But when I went, I mean, shoot, I can barely get people here, let alone over there. So it's not going to worth my time, you know? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, facts. Sometimes it's hard. We got a couple more Bitcoin things, and Joe's going to take a look at the chart. You know the drill. Matter of fact, and after we're done with this stream, we're going to be heading over to Joe's stream because Joe's going live at noon, and you can ask him whatever questions. He'll look at your altcoins if you have some alt requests. Matter of fact, he's going to take a look at one additional altcoin because we're going to be talking about SUI here after we're done with him looking at the Bitcoin chart. So thank you in advance to Joe for doing that. But as I teased in the title right here, Bitcoin hash rate, new all-time high. I'm trying to bring it up where you can just see the picture. There we go. And you can see how it's just like moving on up, as they say. If you are my age, you know that that reference. So, and if you do, put it in the chat. I'll be interested to see how many people like moving on up. Anyway, and Shubi just joined us, and there it is. Nice hat. Facts. Joe's rocking the CCM swag. Facts. All right. So again, hash rate all-time high, and I know again that the YouTube, when we went live, YouTube put the pulled Luigi's comment. He would actually put a comment when I first put this stream up saying, "Great, now maybe we can get 10 transactions per second." But it's just funny. But anyway. I think this is big news. I think it goes to show the adoption curve. I think it goes to show more people with the mining, Bitcoin, all that kind of stuff. So again, I think a move in the right direction. Matter of fact, speaking of that, I'll throw it in now. Normally I throw it in at the end, but make sure you guys show up for Crypto on the Rocks this week. We're going to be talking about how you, or well, the people that show up, we'll talk about how we use crypto to make money, whether that's mining, staking, stuff like that. Some of the stuff we've done in the past, maybe some of the mistakes we made, that kind of thing. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we all come here for the money, right? So we'll talk about that. So make sure you're joining us Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, let's keep going. Like I said, we've got two more things I want to highlight, and then we're going to Joe's stream. So here's the first one. And I thought, now I didn't catch this when he initially posted this, but I think it's huge. He posted an update. Basically, he's using a Bitcoin miner to heat his car wash. And he ROI'd on this last year. And he breaks it down a little bit right here. And I'll show you the picture in a second. With his local Bitcoin car wash. Oh my God, and I'm not even on Crypto on the Rock right now. Anyway, he says, and he lists everything here. Again, links are in the description, so you can go check this out on your own. But I think this is hilarious. 20 kilowatts. So from ASICs. And here it is. Here's the contraption that's doing it right here. And I don't know, it doesn't look like much, but I'll tell you what, if it's heating a car wash, that is like innovation right there. Talk about like, I don't know, that strikes me like, country innovation, being on the stick or something like that, Joe. What do you think about that?
Yeah, if so, the people who have mined and they know that, because I mean, your computer produces heat, but a miner produces heat, and then a Bitcoin miner, I mean, just so I think that's pretty cool. You're using the what's being expelled, and you're harvesting it and you're using it. Yeah, so I mean that's just great. And just like when people when they want to heat up their homes, well, they get their miners from their shed, and then because I mean they're already mining. Well, now it can heat the house.
Yeah, and we've talked about that a number of times. As a matter of fact, I think we highlighted one that's not one of the miners. He does not far from me, actually. He's here in New England, and he did that. He like set his whole house up. He put. We showed you putting in the duct work and all that kind of stuff. It was awesome. It was awesome. Oh, see, K Diggity's got my back right here. Washing. My grandparents taught me that word. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, it was. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, all right. Here's the last one, Joe. I saw this and I thought this was the perfect lead-in to your Bitcoin chart, because we hear people say this all the time. Here's a warning sign that no boating accidents for Bitcoin. There you go. Warning. No Bitcoin allowed in boats. Thousands of Bitcoin are lost in boating mishaps every year. Again, not necessarily newsworthy, but I thought that was awesome.
Right.
I thought that was perfect. How many times I lost all my crypto in a boating accident?
Man,
anyway.
There's so many people who have lost Bitcoin, whether they forgot their seed phrase or their computer. Yep. There was one guy, this was a few years ago, where he was telling me that his buddy had so many thousands of Bitcoins on his computer that he was mining the Bitcoin back in the day. But like he like somehow he doesn't have access to it. He has a computer, he just can't get into it. And he's tried to unlock it a few times, and now he's down to like his last 2 tries back then. And I was like, man, just imagine that, like the possibility of being a multi-million, if not billionaire, sitting right in front of you, and you can't access it,
and you can't even. God, that would drive me insane. I
don't know what I would do.
I know. I'd be grayer than I am right now. Oh my god. And yeah, right here, what Allset said. Yes. If I had a boating accident, there goes. Yeah, exactly. And meet Damien in the house. Appreciate you being here, and thank you for listening in the background. Don't forget to smack up that like button. He says he's going live at noon today. Well, I would forward to you, but we're already forwarding over to Joe at noon. So, but I appreciate you being here. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I like Meet Damien. I push his channel on my show. There's a lot of really great people here, guys. Of course, you have MEI Piper, which a lot of people came from. We have Meet Damien. We have a lot of others. So the ones that you really want to watch are the ones that are, one, humble, and they don't just say, oh, I'm humble. Look at me. I'm great. I can see the future and join my group and I'm the best. No, that's not humble.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. The humble brag. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's time to let Joe take over the stream here, and I'm going to refill my coffee while I'm sitting here. And go ahead and do it. All right, Joe, get to that chart. Here we go. It's all you, brother.
All right, cool. Thank you. All right, so this is Bitcoin. This is some additional drawing. I did another video for those of you who are in my VIP group. Y'all know what this is. This is basically just a video showing when the price was here. So what I like to do, and if y'all aren't watching my channel, I recommend you do. What I like to do is I like to show you what I think might happen, and then review what did happen, the following day, and then show you what I think might happen again. Versus what a lot of other people like to do is they'll spend 15, 20 minutes telling you what already happened, showing you how you could have made money, what you should have done. I don't do that. I mean, it's really easy to trade in hindsight. Really, this is where the real skill comes in my opinion. All right, moving on. It's a 1 hour time frame. I made a video for my VIP members. Sometimes I share that to my YouTube members, but this one, it was only for my VIP. Price was up here. I let them know that I was in a long here, and then price came up here right at this level of our orange trend line from the very first cycle to the second cycle. That's why these trend lines are very important. Price was literally right here, and I made a video saying what I think might happen. I don't know what will happen. Can you imagine if I knew what would happen, like all these other mentors say?
You wouldn't be here with me right now, Joe.
I'd be on an island. I'd be on an island going to my other island. Like
there you go.
So here, I'm thinking the price might come down to about this area. When I do a little circle, that means a pivot, and it might pivot here to come up, do a lower high. Everybody freaks out about that, and then go up, breaking this high, breaking this high. This is what I'm looking at potentially happening. And then if it doesn't, because again, I don't know what's going to happen, what I'm looking for is the break of this to potentially start attacking this, and then this. And this is what my thought process is. But at this moment, I'm more geared to the upside. Just because we came down, we came up, we came down, beautiful bounce. Well, I love seeing the bounce here at the 0.5, but then we came all the way to the 786, tapped it, and then started coming up. And so here, this would be healthy if it came down, came up, broke up. But this right here, so there's things that make my thought process valid and invalid. If we don't break, and to me, it's common sense, but when you hear it, like, it makes sense, in my opinion. And what I'm referring to is if the price breaks this, then it's good because, well, it went up and it's going up at the moment. What makes it invalid, this thought process, is if we break this level, because now, well, it's going down and then it breaks. So, and there's a lot of mentors that have the gift of, I guess, jab, where they can just talk and man, they make it sound so good. Yeah. If we break this trend line, if we break this and this, we're going up and this is our target. It just makes sense though. It's like if you open the door to go inside the house and you take a step, well, guess what? You're inside the house. Same thing here. If you break this level, well, guess what? You're above where you were. So to me, it just makes sense. Anyway, and that's one thing I do. I just simplify everything. So I'm thinking it's going to come down, come up. Here's the level we need to break. It was having some trouble trying. So what we need is time. That's what we need. Be patient. See if we get, because a lot of people here, and like all these groups that are out here, what they'll do is, oh, we're right here at this level. Let's go ahead and do a short, and here's our target right here. Now, this is aggressive entry. Man, I'm sorry. I teach too much. Like right now, I'm just supposed to be telling you about Bitcoin. And here I'm just, so this is one of my big downfalls, is I give you my thought process. I tell you the who, what, where, when, and especially the why. So if you want more of that, make sure to join my stream. I go over all this stuff. But to summarize everything, what do I think is going to happen now? Okay. What do I think is going to happen now? I think we're going to come down. Why? Is there a divergence? I don't know. We went up. What goes up is going to come down. Plus, we're on this trend line. And it's very funny, I think. This trend line, I call it the stepdad because it's not being respected. It comes up here. You're not my dad. You're not my dad. And it goes up. And it's supposed to bounce here. You're not my dad. And it comes down here. And the only reason it got rejected here is because the mom was in the room. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, stepdad. And then the mom goes away. And you're not my dad. I don't have to do what you say. And he's just not respecting it at all.
That's hilarious, Joe.
Not respecting it. So now the mom's in the room. The mom's in the room. And I'm thinking that we're going to, and this is what I'm kind of showing here, that we might get rejected and then hopefully continue up. This right here is our zone of potential pullback, and right now it's tapping it. But I would like to see it come up here, come down, and then hopefully the mom gets in the room again, finds support, and respects this trend line and goes up. But if we break this trend line again, our target is here. Next target is here. So right now, in my opinion, I think we're going to be going up for the day possible, because we have a low and a higher low, and let's see what happens. But this trend line, it needs the mama to be in the room because it needs to be respected. That's all I got.
Man, I that's hilarious. I mean, and anybody who's been a stepdad can understand and appreciate that very, very much. If you're asking me.
Oh yeah,
my God, that's
I was a
hilarious.
stepdad on my last relationship, and they give me that look. It's like, ooh, you better wait till your mom leaves. No, I'm playing. I would do that stuff in the room with her. It's like, no, like you gotta respect me. But yeah, but that's what it is. You're not my dad.
Yep, that's funny. And K Diggity right here. I love it. Oh man, listen, you want more about and I personally, I love when Joe goes through his thought process about things. I love the fact that he almost always puts up, like when he's going through the charts, an A, B scenario, even if he doesn't technically list it, he tells you. So you gotta go and follow Joe if you're not already doing that. Link is always in the description of every video I do. But sit tight, we're gonna be heading over there live right after this. So I want to give acknowledge a few comments in Mike Volma just jumped in. Mike, appreciate you being here. I know you came. Mike gets a comment in there and a like on all the videos way ahead, and I really appreciate that, man. I really, really do. Thank you, Mike. And Meet Damien said, just because earlier he was saying he was going live at 12, he might be live for 2 hours doing some live trades, that kind of thing. So Joe, just for you, I don't know if you want to forward over there or what your plans are, but for anybody who might be interested, so make sure that you check him out. A West is in the house. Appreciate A West being here. Thank you so much. Haven't seen you in a little while, but I appreciate it. And yes, while you were talking, she posted this, Joe. She obviously listens to you all the time because boom, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Joe says it all the time. And last but not least, I appreciate you saying this, A West. I really do, and I'm glad to hear that you got your Metal Mark giveaway from that stream. I actually, believe it or not, I'm still dealing with some issues from that stream. I corrected one of them today, and so that has been fixed, but I still got one more to do. Unfortunately, it gets a bit expensive to make corrections for all this stuff, so I got to do them in steps in order to get everything done. All right, so we are going to continue bringing that live chat back up there. We're going to continue on. Thank you, Joe, for looking at that, by the way. And Joe's going to take a look at SUI in a little bit. We're going to be talking about them. We're going to be talking the banks that are trying to stop Ripple from becoming a bank. And we're going to look at the Bitcoin chart. We're going to actually talk about next week's Matrix Money podcast because we're going to be doing a giveaway during that. So stay tuned for that. I will send you a video. Oh, that would be awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, please. Yes, please. Appreciate that, Wes. All right, let's keep going here because we only got about a half an hour before we're going to be at Joe's stream. Why is that not working? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. There we go. Woo! I hate when technical difficulties happen when you're live, man. It's the worst. Luckily, that one was an easy one to fix. All right, here we go. We're going to start off with Iran. And now, again, not trying to be political about any of this. The only reason I even brought this up is because, the fiat system, like Joe mentioned earlier, is a complete Ponzi scheme. It's meant to just bend you over the table and screw the shit out of you. Okay. And again, go check out that fourth video in the Hidden Secrets of Money to let your head go to what is going on in this system as we speak. But anyway, to the point that this whole thing is a Ponzi scheme, the Iranian Parliament, here I go again, K Diggity, catch me, man. The Iranian Parliament has approved outlines for plans to cut 4 zeros from the Rial, which is their their fiat, after decades of inflation. Now, it's not just inflation, by the way. It's also, you know, they're subject to all kinds of sanctions and this, that, and the other thing. So, you know, their economy just sucks. But oh, and there go, man. Joe's always got my back. He put that link right in there for you. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. I'll tell you what. Joe said it. I've said it. I had to watch this thing so many times and when it finally clicks, it's like,
yeah. Now, when and the reason we watch it so many times is not so much to like understand it because they speak very, you know, difficult words, or it's not that.
Right.
It's like there's no way this is happening. There's no way that this could be true.
Right.
But then you listen to it again and it makes more sense. It's like, okay, but that video is it explains everything in very simple terms.
Yes.
And I guarantee it, if you watch that video and your thought process on the government doesn't be like, wow.
Yeah.
You didn't watch it. Like you were on your phone. You were, yeah.
You didn't get it.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, and K Diggity says it right here. It was a great series. The whole thing was a great series.
I need to watch it. I still haven't. I keep on telling myself I need to, but when I watch it, I want to be like watching it. I don't want to just hear it. I want to.
Yeah. No, and you need to, Joe. Right? Well, you know that that one video alone.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
It literally made me sick to my stomach. It made me sick to my stomach, and just knowing that we have people suffering. You know, we have single moms, single dads, you know, couples or whatever. Like, they are literally struggling to just survive.
Yes.
And then,
yes,
you know, you have, you know, what you see in the videos, like, oh, wow, that's crazy.
I know. And it's a lot. It's not only allowed, it's designed that way.
Yes. And then you hit it right in the head. It's not only allowed, but it was designed from the get-go. And like for people who have been like middle class or, you know, really haven't, you know, gone without food, they have no idea what I'm talking about. Like I was so poor, like we lived in a house with dirt. I was so poor that we had rocks as like toys. Like granted, we had, you know, maybe a toy or two, but I mean, I was freaking poor. I was so poor, and this is just a little, you know, sidetrack thing, but I was so poor, and but here's the thing though, it's your mindset. When I was a kid, I didn't know I was poor. Man, I looked forward to movie night. We love movie night. On movie night, you know, we would get the mattress from the bedroom, we put in the living room, we'd be watching TV, and just, I mean, we had a great time. We're eating popcorn the whole nine. And I told my mom too, I said, Mom, this is my best memory of the childhood. She starts crying. I was like, why are you crying? It's like I loved it. We looked, she goes, Joe, you don't know this, but we had no food. We didn't even have dinner. That was your dinner. And she's crying, she's bawling her out. Like that's her saddest moment. And I'm like, man, are you kidding me? Like I love that, man. I would look forward to movie night, but it's all your perception. But for those of you who have not, you know, worn the same shoes for like 3 years, you have no idea.
Or none, as you got right here with All Set. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, you just don't get it. I get it, man. And yeah, Shuby, same here, man. Sticks his guns, rocks his toys. When Joe's saying that, I completely get it, man. I completely get it. That was, man. Oh man,
memories,
we need to do maybe one of those members only live streams, just to talk about that shit and it how it totally changes your perception of things
Right.
with regard to this kind of information. So I
And
appreciate
side
everybody that's
note,
chiming in the chat.
yeah, side note, there's a very people who have made it. You know, they may have, worked on the farm or, worked the fields or whatever. And, there's people who have made it and they're very successful. But that's like our goal. Our goal is to remember where we came from, but have something to work for. And that's what this crypto is about. Like this is literally gonna change, even if you don't know how to trade, just get into crypto. And the safest one is Bitcoin. Of course, the dinosaurs, Ethereum, Litecoin, maybe even Dash. Just get into some of those and treat it as a savings account. And if you put that money in first, and I don't go way off track, but if you put money in there first, and Crypto Billy, I think it was Crypto Billy that says, pay yourself first.
Pay yourself first.
And that is so true, because if you don't pay yourself first, well, now you have money for a candy bar at the convenience store, which is like $3, and then you can get a soda for $1, and then you'll get whatever, and you just get all these things, and they just all add up. But if you did $25 or $50 or whatever it is, paid yourself first, well, guess what? You don't have that extra money to buy those candies and everything else. So, pay yourself first. All right.
Yeah, man. And that's why I do the DCA I do on Crypto on the Rocks every week. $30, right? It's just, I don't know. I mean, $30, $25. I'm thinking I do a separate DCA now. That's $30. So that's why I just said that. So sorry, don't think I'm like all over the place. Yes, the old man brain, but beyond that, but $25 ever. Who can't pull $25 a week? And literally, Joe just hit it on the head. Don't buy the candy, don't buy the whatever. You know what I mean? And just go from there. And speaking of Crypto on the Rocks, if you don't know what Shuby's statement is right here as to what the government is doing with regard to that, you got to join Crypto on the Rocks. That's all I'm saying, because that's not for this stream. That is literally not for this stream. And Shuby put we're going to move on right now, but Shuby put this up there and been there, done this, so like my siblings could get milk because we didn't have milk. So completely. Oh, understand.
That's pretty genius. That's genius if you think about it. That is genius from the parents. That's genius.
Yeah, and yeah, you're right though. All said, different generation now, and I don't know. I always strived, even if it meant working 3 jobs at one point, to make sure my kids didn't have to deal with that they did not have to worry about that. Now they're adults now. It is what it is. They've got to, get their own stuff together. And, okay. But I tried very hard to make sure that wasn't a thing. And yeah, K Diggity right here, $5, let it snowball. Absolutely. And okay, this is it. This is the last comment on this. And then we're going to go. Yes. Would I have changed anything? Absolutely not, because that's made me who I am today. It gives me the focus and the insights that I have today. And when I see things that are wrong, like with this whole Ponzi scheme we have for an economic system, it clicks. It literally just clicks. Okay, let's move on, Joel. We're gonna never make it to your stream here at this point, because we still got a few things to go over. All right, let's get going, and then stick with us, man. Stick with us. And I appreciate everybody in the comments, by the way. Thank you for keeping that comments going. Now, this one, I literally decided this morning that I was going to add this in here. We don't generally cover a lot of stuff that comes through India unless it's like, something completely important for like taxes or whatever like that. But to that point, India's tax rule will remain the same. This was up for debate, and just looking at the highlights here, we're not going to get into the entire thing again. You know what? I think the link is in the description. I was able to get it in there, so go ahead and check this out. But the Indian government has decided to hold the 30% tax on crypto. The finance ministry does not intend to approve Bitcoin ETFs, and crypto exchanges are starting to relocate. Well, I mean, would you expect any less? And part of the reason I wanted to highlight this was because of Monday's Hot of the Line episode where we had Sonny. He's an Ethereum developer, and he was talking about his project, which was originally started because of this kind of stuff in India to kind of help his brethren there who were unable to access crypto, having accounts closed because they access crypto, all that kind of stuff. Now, while he does not have, and I'll put it just a complete disclosure for everybody, they're still working on the roadmap. They're relaunching on the 15th of this month. I was involved in the original thing he had going back in 2017, 2018, whatever it was. I have nothing now, just for clarification, not NFTs, nothing. I will probably invest once it launches, but FYI, it's a do your own research kind of situation. Do what you need to do for you. But just wanted to throw that out there. All right, we're going to move on. And right here. Well, now, Joe, we were talking about Bitcoin treasuries. Here we go. Altcoin treasuries. And this is one that, again, not so much because of MEI, but because of Litecoin. I think Litecoin is definitely one of those, as you, not just you, we often call it a dinosaur coin, but it is one of the altcoins that I could see as being a good altcoin to hold as part of a company's treasury. Anything? I mean, I don't know. And correct me if I'm wrong. I know we ain't got time to go over the Litecoin chart and that kind of thing. Maybe you could do it in your stream if you got time. But it's been pretty strong, Litecoin. I mean, I know it's kind of at a point right now where it's got to make a decision. But I don't know. It's been pretty strong, I think.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah, I think it's good, and I like it. And like I said, the dinosaur coins, those are the ones that are really proving themselves again. So yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. It has a use case. If you've been on this channel for any length of time, Litecoin. Use it all the time. I love paying with Litecoin. Matter of fact, Shuby did some business cards for me. They're in the mail, as you put it. It's in the mail. But his payment ain't in the mail because I paid him with Litecoin. Boom. There it is. Done.
Fast too.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, let's keep going because, again, in about 15 minutes, we're going to be heading over to Joe's stream. We still got a few things to go over. We're going to be talking SUI, Chainlink. We got the new Coinbase commercial. Oh, we got a lot of stuff. All right, I'm going to shut up now and keep moving. All right, here we go. Speaking of SUI, here we go. This is why I have it on here, and Joe's going to take a quick look at the chart. Swiss bank, Ammon, I'm not even going to try. Anyway, becomes the first in the world to support trading and custody of SUI. I don't know if everybody heard about this, and I don't know that would be my first choice if I were a bank, but I guess ultimately doesn't matter what my choices are. But I thought that was big news for this particular crypto. Are you ready, Joe? I can bring up your screen. All right, we'll do that, and then we'll keep going on with the news. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, no problem. So here we go. We have a SUI right here, and this is on the daily time frame. We're trying to find support at 3.2707. If we lose it, I don't think we'll go too far down. The lowest I think we'll go, as long as we stay in this sideways action or up for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is running the show. So if Bitcoin dumps, 5%, all the coins are going to come down. But if Bitcoin continues doing what it's doing right now, the lowest I think that we might come down to is roughly about 2.79 before trying to come up again. And then what we're looking for is the break of the zone 4.32, 4.11. But in my opinion, I mean, it looks good. We had this nice run up, pull back, very nice. Another run up, pull back a little deeper than I would like. So showing weakness coming up here. You could call this a double top. However, if it does not break this zone, we're good. If it breaks this zone, more than likely it'll come for this and then maybe come lower. But we're too far along in the market for me to think that we're going to come all the way down to $1. Could we? Sure. We first have to break this level, then this level. But hopefully from here, the lowest we come and see is about 281, 280, somewhere on there.
There you go. I appreciate you taking a quick look at it, Joe. I know we're running a little shy on time, but I think you hit right in the beginning, hit the nail on the head, because if Bitcoin decides it's gonna, all of these guys are gonna go down,
Right.
regardless of even bullish news like we just had right there.
Right.
My opinion. All right, let's keep going again, because we're heading to Joe's stream in about 15 minutes. Appreciate everybody being here. Thanks again, Joe. Appreciate that. And let's start with this Chainlink. Now, this is something Joe and I actually talked about again about 3-4 weeks ago when they first announced this, where Chainlink was going to be launching this basically data service. Say that 5 times fast. And I want to just read through this just a little bit for those who are unaware of this. Chainlink has introduced a new product called Data Streams, which delivers live pricing data for major U.S. equities and exchange-traded funds, so ETFs, onto the blockchain. And now they just put out the launch statement literally 2 days ago, so this is pretty relevant news right here. But it's designed to offer live low-latency data on major U.S. stocks and ETFs. And it lists some of the assets that it is going and measuring right there. The data streams are now live across 37 blockchain networks. I think that's huge. And that's only going to grow, right? Enabling creation and innovation. I just want to go down here because we talk RWAs all the time, and they mention that right here, where it's, $30 trillion, they figure by 2030. But I just want to get to his quote here because I think it kind of sums it up. This is a significant leap forward for tokenized markets. And even Monday, we talked about the tokenization of markets, closing a critical gap between traditional finance and blockchain infrastructure. Again, move in the right direction. I think Link is making all the right moves here. In my opinion, it is one I do hold a bag on. I'll put it right out there. I hold that. I have for a long time. If you go back, I list on my website like my initial crypto portfolio. Chainlink's part of it. I mean, I saw the proverbial writing on the wall, and I was like, I got to hold me some of this. Any other thoughts you want to add with regard to that, Joe?
Yeah, for me, I love Chainlink. I think Chainlink is the Bitcoin of oracles, yes, and they are phenomenal. The only thing that I don't like is just how saturated the market is. So their full potential, I don't think will be seen because a lot of people just, we're in it for the money, and they're going to go for the meme coins versus coins that are actually projects that are actually doing something. But Link by far is at the very top of my list. I love Link.
Yeah, I agree. And Uncle Jesse in the house. If you're a channel member, Uncle Jesse emojis in the chat. Appreciate you being here, Jesse. I hope the healing is going well. And All Set saying right here, dinosaur coin. Yeah, absolutely. It is a dino coin. But as coins go, right? But you know what? Still, I love me some Link. I just do. Love me some Link. All right, let's keep going here. We got a few more things to get through, and then we're gonna, like I said, head over to Joe's stream. Time is a ticking right now. All right. So the next thing I got up here is this. Now, for those coming from Piper Academy, Piper talks about all of this stuff. This is from the Kabisi letter. They highlight Redfin, which is, for those here in the U.S., it is a housing website that tracks a lot of this housing data, rental data, that kind of thing. And they're highlighting right here that, look at this, 500,000 more homes on the market than there are home buyers looking to buy. Now, I don't know about you, but that does not surprise me, Joe. I mean, look at the interest rates, Powell holding. I mean, they're talking about maybe a 25 basis point reduction in the interest rate next month. But you want to know what? That does shit for anybody looking to buy a house at the end of the day, that because that's not even where they actually get the mortgage rates from. It's from the 10 years. But like, I don't know how anybody can afford a mortgage these days. I just don't.
With my whole move and everything, you know, I'm before I was looking, you know, places to rent or whatever, and you're looking at $2,200 to rent.
Yes.
It's like, are you freaking kidding me? Now, in reference to the housing where there's more sellers than buyers, that reminds me one of that really great movie. If you know what movie I'm talking about, put it in the chat, where it was talking about the housing bubble, 2008. And I remember as I was doing pest control, and I go into this subdivision, very nice, man, beautiful houses. I go in the subdivision, and there is literally, and it's a very small, you know, area, cul-de-sac, I guess, but it's like gated. And almost, I want to say 80% of the houses were for sale, like by owners, you know. And I go and I look down this way, and there's like 8 houses, and 4 or 5 of them have the for sale signs. And I go this way, and there's like 10 houses, and like 7 of them has the for sale signs. And I go to the dude, and I tell him, hey man, like, what's up with all the for sale signs? Like, either y'all know something that I don't, like I'm thinking like zombie apocalypse. That's what I'm thinking. I didn't think that the crash. And he goes, well, no, you know, we're just selling and we got to downsize. And oh, okay, cool. Sure enough, a few months later, boom, everything.
There it is. Yeah.
Like,
And
wow.
we're going to see it. We're going to see. I mean, because again, like you just said, rental prices. And what are they doing? They're doing credit checks. Okay. Well, the bank did a credit check, says you can't qualify for a mortgage because, you know, I'm sorry, you don't have enough income, but yet you're going to do a credit check to see if I can afford the $2,000, $2,200, whatever amount of rent every month, which of course, if you didn't qualify for the mortgage, or you're not going to qualify for the rent, but it is a cycle that's going to come collapsing down. Yeah. Just going to be insane. And there we go. Sonny is in the house. Appreciate you being here, Sonny. Matter of fact, I just mentioned the interview we did on Monday night for Hot of the Line. Thank you again for doing that. Appreciate you. Because we were talking about India, basically saying that they're going to hold on the current 30% tax rates with regard to crypto, and that they weren't going to allow for ETFs and so on and so forth. So I really thought that was pertinent. And again, links to that, if you did not already watch the Hot of the Line episode with Sonny and the interview we did, it's in the description. Make sure you go check that out. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. So again, thank you, Sonny, for being willing to do that. All right, we got to keep going here because we got like 7 minutes. Joe, you let me know when you got to go, man, because I'm just like babbling on here, and it's next thing you know, we're gonna be late for your stream.
A few more minutes.
All right, cool. All right, here we go. I've been teasing this since we started, and I know if you're coming from Piper Academy, you already know this, but here you go. The Elizabeth Warren wing of the Banking Association, who wrote their her last crypto bill, which didn't pass, by the way. But anyway, 42 banks blocking Ripple's banking license. So Joe and I have talked about it. Ripple is one of those who are trying to get a banking charter here in the U.S. So they can provide banking services. And they've recently filed to be able to do that. Circle was another one. Joe and I talked about that. You can go back and see on Crypto Market Mondays, because I believe it was one of those episodes. Anyway, right here, these banks, and they highlight a couple of them right here: JP Morgan, Citi, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs. Every single one of those have been fined through the nose for all kinds of violations, whether it's against their customers, whether it's literally laundering money, you name it. But yet these people are coming together. And again, I'm sure wow, man, maybe I need to start drinking at this point in order to talk properly. But anyway, orchestrated by Elizabeth Warren and that anti-crypto army, whatever's left of it here at this point. That isn't stated here. That's completely my opinion with regard to this. But I don't know. Does this surprise you, Joe, that you've got this basically banking cabal who has, like we talked about earlier, gotten the benefits of our current shit ass Ponzi system, and now trying to stop something like Ripple from being part of the game?
For me, I don't like Ripple. However, I do like the fact that Ripple, just like when they went against the SEC and they won,
Yes.
mad respect to them. They had the money for it because they keep on selling on their XRP holders, but they had the money for it. So with them doing the bank thing, granted, in my opinion, I hope it does go through and it does work. But the
Yes.
banks, there's such a large army of very powerful people that I don't think it will happen. But if it does, hopefully that'll be the gateway for maybe other crypto places to do a bank. And those I would love to do. Ripple, no. But
Yep.
and if they don't have enough money, and I actually posted this in my group, but if they don't have enough money, maybe 2 or 3, team up together, and that way they can, have what they need. But I do like the fact that Ripple is going that route as far as, hey, let's be a bank. So we're accessible to more people, and even people who don't know about crypto will be about crypto, not even really knowing. And
Yes.
hopefully that could, for the other alts that step up. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I give them the props for what they deserve. Like you said, they
Right.
fought the fight, they spent the money, they've helped the space move it forward. I'm with you. I'm not necessarily a Ripple fan either.
Right.
You know. And Dave Digital is in the house. Appreciate you being here. Oh, he's like number 10. Oh, come on, guys. Pump up those numbers. Where's Piper's thing here? Those are rookie numbers in this racket. Anyway, yeah. So pump up those numbers. I appreciate everybody. Thanks for being here, Dave Digital. Appreciate you very much. And see, I was about to say, I love it. The magnets. I love it.
Love it.
I love it. Yes. But Dave Digital always dropping memberships here for the for Crypto Coin Mines. I appreciate you. And in this case, yeah, he's trying to get that magnet chat going. There it is. There it is. If you know, you know. I'm just saying. All right, we're gonna keep going here because again, like 3 minutes. We're supposed to be live with Joe.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and get on out. But again, once this show is done, we're going to be forwarded to my show. So definitely stay here. If you're on Twitter or X, definitely jump over to YouTube, and then you'll be automatically redirected to me, where I literally show you how to trade in the most simplistic form, and I show you how to trade level by level, what to look for, and if you like the simplicity of what I do, join me every single day. I go live every single day, and that's pretty much all I got. There's so many things I could say. Please be careful with who you watch, because there's a lot of people out there that are literally feeding your ego, not your ego, I'm sorry, feeding your desire to just to increase gains. 50% gains, 80% gains. Like it takes time to make that. So just be very careful. The greed, that's the word I was looking for. They feed on your greed.
Yes.
So be careful. All right, that's all I got. I do thank you guys, and I teach you for free. You don't need to join my group to learn how to trade. I teach you for free. Some people find value in that. Most don't, because if it's free, well then it's not worth it. I do have a paid group too. So if you find value in having to pay, well then I have a paid group too. All right, that's all I got. I do thank you guys very much. I will see you in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna head over. Thanks again for being here, Joe. Appreciate you.
Right,
appreciate you. Yeah, Joe and I are live every Monday and Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern time, looking at the markets and so on. And I still got a few things to get through here, so I apologize. I'm running way behind. We kind of got off on some tangents earlier, but thank you for everybody who was taking part in those tangents. It was much worth it. And again, one more shout out. Thank you, Dave Digital. Appreciate you with that. With that super chat, even with the magnets. I appreciate the magnets. I stir it up every once in a while too. And I want to give a shout out to Paula over there on X. Appreciate you being here. I saw you sent me a message. I honestly haven't even opened it yet. I apologize. And I'll hit Jar up to remind him that you sent the message, because I'm assuming you also added him into that email. So appreciate you being here. Thank you. For those who have not watched, Paul, what is it with me today? I can't talk to save my life. Paula from A Block of Crypto. We was on the Matrix Money podcast. Oh, I don't know, probably almost a year ago now, I'm thinking. And she go back and watch it. If I knew she was going to be here, I would have put the link in the chat. But right now I want to go ahead and get to these and keep going. All right, couple of things. Let's wrap this thing up so we can get over to Joe's stream. Basically, we're just talking about how the banks are trying to stop Ripple from going and getting their banking license here in the US. Well, guess what? What are the central banks doing? Right here, they're buying up gold like crazy. In this case, another 166.5 tons of gold in the last quarter, so Q2 of 2025. That's about 41% above the average from 2010 and 2021. And they highlight right here that brings their total for the first half of 2025 to 415 tons of gold. Well, if you know this system, like we talked about earlier, and again, link is in the chat already to go watch video 4 of the Hidden Secrets of Money. If this ain't a Ponzi scheme, why are they stacking gold? Why are they stacking gold? Just putting it out there. You got to ask the questions. All right, let's keep going. Now, Joe and I, on a lot of our streams, we highlight, thank you to Jameson Lopp, again, links in the description here, who is constantly tracking this to see when these wrench attacks occur. And again, if you are in crypto and you're putting yourself out there in crypto, you got to be smart about not only your online safety, but your physical safety right here. And again, links are in the description, so go check this out on your own. I'm just going to highlight what he put out here. 4 men in Sweden tortured a 30-year-old seeking his crypto. They forced him into the woods, kicked and punched him, and poured gasoline over him and threatened to light him on fire. I got nothing. I got nothing. You know, people gonna do what they're gonna do, and it's only gonna get worse as this entire system starts to collapse. It just is. It just is. All right, let's get on to this last piece, and then I'm going to talk to you about an upcoming episode of the Matrix Money podcast, which we were just mentioning a second ago. But right here, this is about a minute long, and I love this commercial, and I love the fact of like these people running around in the background. It's hilarious while these bears are just like relaxing and chatting here. So let's take a quick look at this about shrinkflation.
Bags of potato chips are a lot smaller.
I think it is a crime.
What do you think's a crime?
Shrinkflation has put more air and nitrogen into the bag and less product.
Shrinkflation?
Shrinkflation, the bag is the same size, but there's not as many in there.
Yes, but
And
I didn't know
from-
it had a name.
Yeah.
I don't even like potato chips.
It's a struggle right now with the inflation,
Yes,
So that
right. So the
affects
cost of
everything.
living definitely affects us. Yeah.
These are so good. You gotta try this. Here.
Are they like donut holes?
With the jelly squirted in there.
Ooh.
I mean, why don't they just make them like this? Just
All the
this
time,
only.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Aw.
All right, you get it, and I think it's hilarious. I really do. Now I'm going to bring this screen up here, and I'm going to talk to you really quickly about the upcoming episode of the Matrix Money podcast. Matrix Money podcast. Jar and I are live just about every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And Jesse's asking, when are we getting redirected? As soon as I wrap up, which I'm doing as we speak, Jesse. It's coming. It's coming. Anyway, he is going to literally program one of these suckers live right here. And then we're going to do a giveaway of one of these. So make sure, if you are not already subscribed to the Matrix Money Podcast, you do that. Link is in the description. Make sure that you're following along either here or on the Matrix Money Podcast channel itself. All right, mining stocks on X. Appreciate you being here. I'm wrapping it up right now, brother. Appreciate you, though. And we're going to be heading over. If you're on YouTube, you're going to be automatically redirected over to Joe's live stream. And if you're on X, unfortunately, I can't redirect from X, so it is what it is. But everybody on X, which is the lion's share of my watchers right now, appreciate you very, very much. And hopefully you keep coming back. Okay, real quick. So again, this coming Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be doing the giveaway. I'm going to be setting that stream up shortly. I'll be promoting it once I got it finally set. On Friday night, don't forget, Crypto on the Rocks. We're going to be talking about our income streams that we've tried and or have generated here in the crypto space. And I would love everybody who is done anything, whether it's mining, staking, whatever, to come and chat in the chat and let us know what you did. I appreciate that very, very much. All right, that's it. We're going to wrap up right now. If you're on YouTube, just hang tight. You're going to be redirected right over to Joe's stream. When you get there, don't forget, CCM raid in the chat. Appreciate it. Thanks again, everybody. I'll see you Friday night for Crypto on the Rocks.